Hi! It's been a while. I am Teacher Shaira and welcome to another English class. Did you know that language can be used in two ways? Literally and figuratively. Literal language is direct and uses real definition and meanings of words and phrases. But when we talk figuratively, the meaning of any word or phrase will depend on the context in which they are used. For today's lesson, we are going to learn how to analyze figures of speech, particularly hyperbole and irony. Before we begin our lesson for today, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. Ring the notification bell for more updates. Like, share, and comment in this video. Because learning is bliss, learn with Teacher Shaira. Let us further differentiate literal from figurative language using some examples. I have here two sentences. The first one is Zeki plays a guitar. The second is Freya can eat a cow. The first sentence uses literal language, since this is only a direct translation that a boy can play a guitar. Whereas the second example uses a figurative language. Freya can eat a cow doesn't literally mean that the girl can eat a cow. It means to say she has a big appetite. Meaning to say, when we say literal language, it is a direct translation or direct meaning of the sentence or phrases. But when we say figurative, this is something that connotes something more. But what are figurative language or figures of speech? Figurative language or figures of speech are ways of expressing ideas by using symbols, figures, or likenesses. It is the opposite of literal language because it does not tell directly what a person has in mind. There are many types of figures of speech or figurative language. Some of these are simile, metaphor, and personification. Simile is a comparison of two unlike objects using like or as. For example, as beautiful as a rainbow, meaning to say you are telling someone that she is beautiful. The second one we have here, the metaphor. Metaphor is a direct comparison of two unlike objects without using like or as. For example, instead of saying you are as beautiful as rainbow, you can just directly say you are a rainbow, simply still implying that you are telling someone beautiful. The third one we have here, personification. Personification is a figure of speech that gives human qualities to places, objects, animals, or ideas. For example, the sun greeted me with a smile, or the flowers danced with the wind. Here are some reasons why you need to use figures of speech in writing. First, it enhances the beauty of the writing. It makes the sentence deeper and leaves the reader with a sense of wonder. It also brings life to the words used by the writer. Second, the figure of speech does not only show the writer's intent, but also his purpose of using such language. And for the third one, it adds flavor to the writing and make it so much more enjoyable for the reader. Now let us go to our main topic, which is hyperbole and irony. Hyperbole and irony are both figures of speech which are among the most common ones, just like metaphor, simile, and personification. Now let us define hyperbole. Hyperbole or hyperbolic statements are exaggerated statements that are almost impossible to believe since they may never exist in real life. Here are some examples. My world turned upside down. Your voice is deafening. The heat of my body can produce fire. These examples are exaggerated, which is the main purpose of hyperbolic statements. Let us read an example of a poem that has hyperbolic statements. This is As I Walked Out One Evening by Winston U. Auden. I love you, dear, I love you, till China and Africa meet, and the river jumps over the mountain, and the salmon sing in the street. Can you identify the hyperbolic statements used in this example? The hyperbolic statements in this example are till China and Africa meet, river jumps over the mountain, and salmon sings in the street. These examples are exaggerated and may never happen in real life. Now, how about irony? Irony is a figure of speech that expresses the contrary or opposite of what should one really think, especially in order to be funny. It is also called an ironic statement, and in some layman's term, we call it sarcasm. Here are some examples of ironic expressions. The teacher fails the test. The shoemaker's children have no shoes. The doctor died of pneumonia. To understand it even better, I have here a song titled Ironic by Alanis Morissette. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take, and who would have thought it figures? Now, can you identify the ironic expressions used in this example? The ironic expressions are a rain on your wedding day, a very special day having a rain, it's a free ride when you've already paid, and a good advice but you just didn't take. To put it simply, hyperbole are exaggerated statements, while irony are contrasting statements. To see if you have understood our lesson, let us do this activity. I have here a set of examples and try to identify if these are hyperbole or irony. Number 1. One of the identical twins says to the other, "You're ugly." Number 2. I saw a fish drowning. And number 3. The army troops are faster than the wind and stronger than a mountain. I'm giving you 5 seconds to answer this part. You can also pause this if you need more time to answer. Now let's move on to the next numbers. Number 4. Planning something big for Friday night, but when the day finally comes, your mom asks you to stay home and watch your little sister. And you said, "Sure, it's not like I had anything special planned out for tonight." Number 5. Coming to school really early but realizing you forgot your homework. I guess today is my lucky day. And number 6. It has been ages that I have had a proper meal. Again, I'm giving you 5 seconds to answer. Afterwards, we are going to check your work. I hope you're done. Let us check. Number 1. The identical twin says to the other, "You're ugly." This is irony. Number 2. I saw a fish drowning. A fish would never drown in the water, so this is irony. The army troops are faster than the wind and stronger than the mountain. Obviously, this is hyperbole. And for number 4, planning something big for Friday night, but when the day finally comes, your mom asks you to stay and watch for your little sister. This is also irony. Number 5. Coming to school really early but realizing you forgot your homework. This is also irony. And last number, it has been ages that I have had a proper meal. This is a hyperbole. Are you able to get all the correct answers? Very good! Do remember that hyperbole are exaggerated statements, while irony are contrasting statements. Until next time, thank you!